This is Two WIT, a podcast for women in tech doing life. I'm Kristi Guzman.
And I'm Melinda Smith. Hi,
Hello.
my friend. I'm super excited to be chatting with you right now. I think we say that at the beginning of every episode, though. One of us is super excited.
And we're kind of like chatting in the future because today is pre-Christmas, but by the time people listen to this, it will be post-Christmas. Who knows what kind of magic will have happened?
You have no idea. It's like a whole week away.
It is, except for the fact there's one thing we know, Melinda, and that is that while people are listening to this, I will be in Cancun for Christmas. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm going to get a massage and maybe a body wrap. And we've got some excursions and dinners and like one thing a day. Don't want to stress yourself. Don't want to get overwhelmed.
Well, no, you're going to get up and take your time. And cruises are so fun. Wait, cruise or just in Cancun?
Nope, just in Cancun at a Marriott resort.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good time. I'm excited. So that's happening.
I want to lay on the beach too. Can you Snapchat me from there?
Probably. I'm sure there'll be Wi-Fi. That actually is one reason I prefer cruising in general, because otherwise you still make excuses to not turn your brain off. I mean, I personally probably won't check my email really, but I'm sure my husband will. But
yeah.
I feel like the Salesforce world is going to spin for a week without me, and it's going to be okay.
It'll make it. I think it will.
If not, then when I come back, it'll still be just as effed.
Well, you might have a message in your inbox because I'm going to start my sponsorship calls here soon. So,
ooh,
yes,
we're on that train as well for Southeast German. It's
Witness
a good time.
Success is about to
ramp it on up.
Yeah, like for real ball rolling. I was looking at our task list and I was like, oh wow, this is a for real thing now. Like we gotta get it moving.
And you're saying that, and your event is in July. Mine is at the end of March. So.
But you've done one before, so you know.
Yeah, that's true. I know everything. Haha. Just kidding. Not.
That's why I stole all your files.
But
Witness Success, also known as Southeast Streaming 2.
If anybody wants to sponsor things, I mean, you know where to find us.
Hit us
Just
up.
saying. All right, so currently we're drinking wine because if this were a business, I feel like I could write off my wine, which would be like magical. But instead, I just bought the $10 bottle. I sprung for keeping it classy with the screw top.
Well, those actually are awesome. My mom has said for many years now, just life is too short to drink bad wine. I mean, this is a girl that I used to drink Carlo Rossi in a jug, and I have stepped it up. Now it's just real bottles. But actually, over the years, I do like good wine.
Oh, I do. And the fun thing is, this is not bad. Like, jug wine, bag wine, like, has its moments.
Sure.
But let's get to know each other a little bit here. Aside from the fact that I like white and you like red, apparently.
I like both. I like all wine. Pink, red, white, purple. Like, I like it all. Just put it in my face. Yeah,
I don't do warm beverages / tannins. I'm just not. Every time I go wine tasting, I try it because I didn't used to drink any. So, like, maybe someday it's going to change my world. But right now it's like, nope. But I don't drink wine in the morning. Tell me. Usually. Except mimosas. That doesn't really count. So far, we're sounding real alcoholic here. But morning.
It's the holidays.
What about the morning? What's your jam?
Oh, what's my jam? So coffee, tea, or me is the question. I like coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoon. Only because this is so weird.
And me in the evening.
Obviously. I like love coffee. Like, I'm a coffee snob. I order it from a roaster in Denver. I do bulletproof coffee. But come to a certain time in the evening, I feel like it's too heavy or like dirty or thick or something. So then I move to tea. But then, we've already had the conversation about the herbal tea. But
chewing on the
I've been doing
the
Yep, kava and chamomile. I love my bulletproof coffee, but I will say, even though I'm kind of a snob and I love to order from a roaster that's local in Denver and blah, 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 I still love a good cup of like diner coffee. Like, I'm not too proud to be like, yeah, I'll take that, whatever has been in that burning pot for 4 hours, and throw a little creamer in it.
Tell me exactly what makes coffee bulletproof or bullet full.
So, gosh, Dave Asprey is the guy that came up with it. He has a whole story of, I think he was in the Andes, Peruvian mountains, or somewhere in there. So he has a whole story about how it came about in his world. But basically, what it is MCT oil, so or coconut oil, good brain fats, good for uh, mental clarity, yada yada. And then the bulletproof pot coffee also comes with a tablespoon of Kerrygold butter, so grass-fed cow's butter, different kind of protein chains and some of the other processed butter. Good for, again, healthy brain fats. If you're interested in ketosis, it helps stave off any kind of extra like cravings or being hungry, and kind of fills you and satiates you a little. And I zap it in the blender. So with a little bit of butter, the MCT oil, and I actually put a little coconut creamer in because it's just how I like it. And I zap it, and it makes it all frothy. So I love it. I mean, there's plenty of websites out there that are like, don't put butter in your coffee, it's terrible. But I think it's helped in like my workout program, and it is yummy. Yummy.
So I feel like if you take everything you just said in the last minute and did the opposite of that, that's what I would do. Like I don't like coffee. I don't even like when the hot chocolate comes out of a machine that used to dispense coffee, so it's like tainted flair. I don't need butter in it. I don't like coconut.
Yeah.
So really, you've lost me. But it's funny because when I went to college, people were like, "Oh no, you're gonna learn to like coffee," and I'm like, "That's what Mountain Dew is for." Like,
Yep.
I discovered Mellow Yellow in our workplace vending machine, which is similar to a
Oh.
Mountain Dew. Um, so I've gotten in the bad habit of getting those in the afternoons sometimes for 50 cents. But I I like the idea of tea. I drink tea sometimes. We just got a thing at work of like loose leaf tea, so I got a little tea ball and I'm playing with
Mm,
that. But I
like a
find I
diffuser.
don't often finish a whole cup of tea.
I agree. And you are not the only Mountain Dew one. I have a very good friend that just doesn't drink water. Kara, I know you're not listening, so I'm just going to tell people your dirty secrets. Doesn't drink water, starts her day with Mountain Dew. Like, doesn't ever drink water, but she is a Mountain Dew soda fan. So if she ever stayed at our house, I made sure we had soda in the morning because she doesn't like coffee or tea or any of that. I didn't used to like coffee. It wasn't always a thing. It was okay. I mean, I grew up in Seattle during like the whole Starbucks explosion,
What's
but
what
yeah,
I think is funny is I had the good fortune of marrying someone that also doesn't like coffee, so it's not like I even have to like pretend to like it or make it or
sure.
anything. But what that means is the only coffee thing we have is like this little percolator thing that goes in the oven or on the stovetop, which is apparently like the best way to make coffee with like the little thing in the bottom and it burbles up into the top and whatever.
Hmm.
And so then we buy the Cafe Bustelo and then we have that on hand for visiting Dominicans and anyone else. So apparently that's like the best way to make coffee, which I only do because then I have this little thing I have to store and not like a whole
It's amazing.
pot apparatus for making big pots of coffee, nor a K cup machine. Because again, I
Ugh.
just like when it's there, like I'll make a K cup of tea, but I have to run like a K cup a water cycle usually, so it's not tainted. But you know, I'm not neurotic at all. Don't worry about it. It's great.
So we are always same, same. This is like not even just a little opposite.
We are
This is
officially
like
not the
the
same person.
real opposite.
I'm
I
happy
just found
that
out you don't like coconut, and I have coconut shampoo and coconut lip balm and coconut snacks and coconut creamer and coconut oil and sometimes put on my face. So that's a big deal. This is a really
um
big deal for me.
yeah, we'll close out 2016 by discovering we are not actually the same person, even if some people can't tell our
Bullshit.
voices apart to know which one of us is talking, including maybe us. I actually tried to cook some vegetables in coconut oil because somebody told me it quote unquote didn't taste like coconut. Yeah, that did not go well at all, and it was gross. I make coconut desserts for my husband's birthday once a year and don't eat them, and everyone else gets to eat them because he likes it. And then that's it. That's all I got for you. I mean, I'm not
Well,
like gonna run
I
away
guess
from
we don't have to be the
sunscreen
same person,
that
but
smells
I
like
mean,
coconut, but you know.
well, that'll be me. I will still
Um,
do that. You have to still love me.
Otherwise, maybe I
Or,
wouldn't.
yeah, I don't know. Or what? You're stuck with me. So even though this is coming out after Christmas and this is pre-Christmas, um,
Mm-hmm.
I was I was going to ask you, the gift giving part of Christmas I always find to be it's awesome. Like I love giving gifts, but it's always that, oh my God, did you send me something? I need to send you something. I that part I don't like because it's not so much a thoughtful thing as it is reciprocal. But how, as you get older, how far out do you cast the gift giving net? Like, do you just do immediate family, close friends? Do you do office people? Like, how? Let's take finances off the table because I'm sure they're more feast and famine years. But if you that's not a problem, how far do you cast the net out? How circle your circle? How far out?
You mean like, did I text you and ask you if we were Christmas present friends or not? Um,
Yeah.
I am currently in the phase of immediate family, um, and if I see something for a friend that makes me think of them that I want to buy, or I know of something that I know they want that wouldn't get themselves or something, but it's more like I have a friend that loves Mad Libs, and we had a great time doing Mad Libs at her bachelorette party. And so I saw a thing of holiday Mad Libs that I picked up for like $3. Like nothing. We have some friends that we watch Game of Thrones with, so there's actually like a Game of Thrones experience concert thing that's coming to Charlotte, and we bought them tickets to go see it. So things like that. Some friends, but I also don't get devastated if people don't buy me gifts or, send me Christmas cards, which I have not succeeded at Christmas cards. I don't know how #adulting you are with your Christmas cards. I feel like
I don't do them.
I'm sort of excused from it because I don't have a kid, maybe, except not really. But I don't know.
Here's the deal. You can always expect inconsistency from me because sometimes I'll do them and sometimes I won't.
Touche. And I guess I would rather get. I say touche a lot. I need to stop that. But I feel like I would rather get a little note card from you with like actual words than a like mass ordered photo to my house. Like I don't know. And I know the Christmas letter used to be a thing, so maybe that's like a throwback. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
But then that was
I
always
don't
I feel
know.
like
It's such
Facebook
a
has
long
replaced
letter.
but and like now you're on Facebook. You already saw that I took
Yes,
vacations.
I
And
100% agree.
yeah.
Now, I don't want to sound like an asshole, and any of my friends are listening that have sent me cards. I love the cards, don't get me wrong. But it is a little bit like you open it up and you're like, oh, that's nice. And then you
Put it on
set
the
it
fridge.
somewhere just to throw it away later. Like either I throw it away right now or I sit it there. We look at it, but I don't do any of those fun like Christmas card wreaths or hang them in the house. And
I have great
maybe I should.
intentions for that. AKA, but then the next year you can like make your cards into something. So, I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
I've stored them to do that. Pinterest me in my brain has done that. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
don't do any of that Christmassy stuff. I'm not bah humbug. There's so much of the holidays that feel like such a hassle.
well, and that's the thing. I think I would rather like so we have a friend that for a few years now at least has hosted a party with gift exchange swappy fun gift.
Oh, like the white
And
elephant thingy?
yes, so this
Those are
year
fun.
it is as seen on TV gifts
Ooh.
for less
Oh
than
my
$15.
God. Yes.
So that's fun. We got some fun things for that. But, I'd rather spend time with you and hang out and do a little gift exchange and have food than, like, worry about getting a gift that I maybe could have bought myself.
Did you not say wine there, even though you wanted to say wine because we talked about wine so much?
In that, like, what? Did I give people wine?
No, you're like, when we can get together and
Oh,
see
yeah.
each other and have food.
I mean, it's implied, really.
Let's just be real.
Maybe it's mulled wine for that one day. Or, like,
Yes.
it's funny, I went to a ugly sweater party and they had a pot of cider going.
Yes.
And they had the rum on the side, so you could, like, choose your own rum and adventure. And I swear to you, like, 5 people were like, there's no rum in it yet. You need to put the rum in yourself. There's no rum in it yet. It's like, okay.
Like a PSA the other way.
Right.
Like, it's okay.
You don't want to be surprised that you're not getting drunk. So we want to make sure.
This cider is terrible.
Right? Ugh.
Yeah, so again, the gift giving thing, I do like the holidays. I like the holiday spirit. I like the lights, but it feels so much like pressure. Like, my husband's really hard to shop for because if I probably said it before, he either wants a t-shirt or a motorcycle, literally nothing in between. So when I force it, then I'm like, oh, I'll go find something for him. I feel like I'm buying him tchotchke crap, and I don't want to do that. I want to buy thoughtful stuff, but his birthday was just earlier this month, so that was thoughtful. It was his party. I took him to see Star Wars as a surprise, and knew some friends that were flying in for the party. Like, that stuff I like, but the gift giving, it's always that, oh my God, did I forget somebody? And instead of, like you said, you saw something and you're like, oh my God, that makes me think of them. It's like, I better go out and find something for my stepbrother. And I don't like to do that. But I mean, it is what it is. But I try and do something useful. Like, my nieces are, two young girls. And I called my sister-in-law and I was like, are they as spoiled as my kid? Do you need more stuff? And she's like, no. And I was like, all right, how about like a activity? So we did like a 6-month pass for the trampoline land. I don't know. Sounds like a broken foot land, something like that.
Sounds like fun when you're 6, but not when you're 30.
Sounds really hard. But yeah, that's just, it's always been that way. And I'm trying to bring the magic back. I have a 4-year-old. I mean, we didn't even decorate the tree until last Saturday. I just need to get more in maybe I need to be visited by 3 ghosts of Christmas past and present. And
well, one thing that
future.
I think is interesting, and so what was your life like in terms of lists? Like, do people ask you for lists, or lists for your husband, or lists for yourself?
No, I mean, I make Josh do Amazon wish list because, I mean, if I had to come up with it, I wouldn't even know. But no, not anymore. I like when we draw names. Like, when the immediate family draws a name, we buy for one person. And the kiddos, of course. You get them stuffs, whatever it is, because they're munchkins. But yeah, I don't know. And I struggle sometimes receiving gifts, which is so stupid. Like, I'm very grateful and very happy, but I feel like, oh, have I not been grateful enough? Have I not expressed my gratitude enough? I hope this person knows.
Do you
ever
do you think about that with other people when you get gifts? Do you, like, judge them if they're not thankful enough?
No, I didn't know this was going to go down this way. No, it was how I was brought up. My stepdad always told me I was a very selfish person, and I was never grateful enough. I know, terrible. So it sticks, and sometimes I try to make sure that I'm, like, extra grateful, and then I'm like the weird, like, SNL lady that's like, oh, this is amazing.
I love you. Do
right.
you know
and
I love you?
Too far.
Interesting. That is interesting how, and we were talking about traditions too last time. I feel like it's interesting thinking about how much of this stuff that's holding on to us in our, at least for me in my 30s, carries over from being a kid, and how, we had very, like, we each got a gift at a time. It wasn't, I don't really feel like it was about quantity, and it was, like, focused on spending time with family at the same time. It's tough now because I didn't get to see my parents this year, which bugs me, but,
Is it because you're going to Cancun?
No, we don't usually go home for Christmas. It's because there's no real kids, so it's like you've got 3 kids in their 30s. Everyone has nothing they quote unquote need.
Sure.
Like, my house is full of stuff. And so then it's like I try and get them gift cards or get them, but then if I don't see that, it's not like, I talk to you enough or I talk to my friends that are here and I know a thing that makes me think of them, so when you don't, I talk to them on the phone, of course, but when you don't see them as much, it's not like, oh, I remember last week we were walking and your shoe broke, so I bought you new shoes or whatever, like those kind of more contextually thoughtful feeling gifts. But um, my sister's a pretty good. My sister is much more crafty. To be fair, I am crafty, but she's like extra crafty on even me. So she actually has a decent like list slash Amazon wish list slash Pinterest. So you don't really have to ask, which I think is nice. Like I think in this age of technology, like I can stalk you enough to find things that you probably have pinned or talked about or shared, that you, but most of that stuff you never actually buy yourself, right? So why not get you something that's interesting? But then it's hard for me when then other people ask for things. It's like, well, to get my husband, right? So it's like,
yeah.
like that's a thing that I thought of for me to give him, but like, I don't know if I want to share with you, so that's what I think is interesting is it's like, I don't want to provide you a list really. Like I want you to kind of know what I want or figure it out because that's to me is more the purpose. It's not like check got you a gift, check because you got me one. It's more like I know that you like big jewelry, so I got you this or, something funny or a card. I don't know.
I know that Christmas isn't a contest, but most things in my head come down to that. But if it were, my husband is totally winning. He's always like on point, so thoughtful. Literally every birthday and Christmas gets me something that I'm like, oh, he's really good at it. But I feel like in my defense, that's because I'm easy to shop for. I like makeup and clothes and jewelry and electronics and music. And he likes all those things too, but I've bought him all the electronics. So his whole Amazon cart, like FML, is just t-shirts. So I got them all. And I'm like, and Star Wars socks. And yay, he'll like them and he'll love them. But I'm like, I just got you t-shirts, man.
I mean, there is a whole practicality to this. I mean, I bought Gil a phone case for his birthday because his other one broke. So, and to be fair, I Venmo'd him the money because he bought it himself. So, like, let's just take all the romanticism out of it. But
I mean, I was going to get him a pony, but we don't have anywhere to keep it. And he has a name picked out.
I once got my dad a little stuffed animal because we talked about getting a pony. So I bought him a pony. Now you can have that idea.
So the other thing I was going to bring up about gifts is I was going to get my women in tech group little gifts. So we had our last meeting of the year, kind of a WIT party. I called it my clear out the swag closet. So I had like piles of stuff. Yep. And I just brought it all.
Yep.
And I got these cute little stickers that I was going to give to the group that ended up coming the night after the party, which is fine. But here was the cool thing about the party is I had 5 new faces show up that I hadn't seen, which is probably like setting the expectation ridiculous for them because I had like a private room at a restaurant and made sure that we had like mimosas and appetizers and we played a game and I gave like a ton of swag away. So it is all downhill for the people that have only come to that one meeting. But we played this fun game where you and a partner put the paper plate on your head and the partner guides you to draw a snowman, and then whoever does it the best, wins. But I didn't get to give them my gifts, but I don't think that they saw otherwise because it was like I gave them a ton of swag. And one of the girls who's brand new in Salesforce, like 6 months and never been to Dreamforce or anything, I love seeing, it's almost like, I think we've talked about this, like going to Vegas with someone the first time or going to Dreamforce with someone the first time. She took like even like little pens and mints. And I was like, yeah, get it. Get your swag.
Get it out of my house. So what's funny is I do feel like I also hoard swag for user group stuff when I'm like, wait, it's the end of the conference. So I could take 1, but can I take 8? That'd be great.
Me too,
And then we
totally.
do clean out the closet. And what's funny is I just remembered that we did this also at the beginning of December. Kelly Bentubo coordinated for the user group. And I swear it was like an auction. So you had, so our, I mean, we're fortunate that our 3 user group leaders here are MVPs. And we also have another one. So again, been in the industry
Nice.
for a while, have the swag or no, like I've already got the pen and the, etc. So we're like auctioning stuff almost. Like, okay, you got that shirt, but what about this shirt? What size? Bloop, bloop, bloop. And so, yeah, like you say, that is an interesting kind of like fun end of year. But all the extra stuff, since I work at a partner now, I took all the extra stuff that nobody wanted when they were just satiated with shirts and stickers. And I took, hypothetically taking it to work to give to my coworkers who are also hypothetically love Salesforce, except it's still in my trunk, I just realized. So maybe by the time this airs, I will have carried it upstairs.
I'm
And
totally a swag hoarder for my group.
yeah.
And then I realized I had so many piles. And the new girl even took, God love her, and I'm blanking on her names, Xenia, I think. She even took the stack of 2 years ago Girly Geek photo hunt buttons. And I was like, you are awesome. I was the best.
That's so funny.
She was so excited about the swag. And I was like, now I'm excited about the swag. This is
yeah,
awesome.
it is an interesting, like, not proprietary thing, but it is funny when you're like, what do you mean you don't want this beach chair for your phone? This is awesome. Like,
It
I
says
don't, you just,
Salesforce.
right? You just got that pen. I don't know if you also need to take this phone holster pocket. Like, really, Kristi? It was free. Give it
The,
away.
I do the two. Like, I'll keep one for me, and then 4 in case. In case of what? Do you know how many backup stickers I have for in case? If I'm not going to put it on my laptop, why don't I give it away? But I'm like,
Special
but what
stickers.
if? It's like some magic moment might happen where they're like, you will win the game of life if you have the old catter badge. And I'll be like, oh my God, I totally do.
When stickers become currency, we'll be
Oh my gosh, we're
rich.
so rich.
Oh my
We
gosh.
are so
To be fair,
rich.
I stole that from Dane Cook and his ketchup packets.
Oh,
But it's true. I could do all right with my Astro coloring book. I've got badge stickers. I have my special stickers,
I do
to
too.
save.
I do. I like the special ones, and then it's bananas. It's
But
bananas.
we're not alone.
No, thank God.
We're not alone
Good, because you're getting a sticker.
in our swagaholic. I mean, to be fair, I have previously sent you a letter with stickers in it. So
Yeah, if I were to get up right now, I can see it. I still have a little card from you on my
all
vanity
right.
with your note and some of the stickers still that aren't on
So
my laptop.
yeah, when I occasionally send thank you notes, but not Christmas letters. I like it.
Ugh, too hard.
So speaking of things that good segue, Kristi. Real subtle. Things that we do or are or be. We were talking recently about, were we? Was it you and I, or did I just tell you we were going to talk
Yeah,
about this?
you brought it up
Okay,
a while
good.
ago and then re-brought it up.
I did. So we talked about like why I do the things I do, or how like my personality kind of dictates that I do these things. And there's a concept that Gretchen Rubin wrote about in her her book, Better Than Before. It's part of the 4 Tendencies framework, and she talks a lot about it on her Happier podcast. And basically, it comes down to the idea about habits and human nature and the tendencies that people have. And I'm kind of in a phase right now where I'm trying to learn more about myself to learn how to better be able to achieve the things I want to achieve. And so this is one of the ways I wanted to look at it. And I made you take this quiz also so you can share what you are. So the 4 things you've got an upholder, an obliger, a rebel, and a questioner. And the key differentiators are how you relate to outer expectations in terms of meeting or resisting them, and then inner expectations of resisting your own or meeting them. And it's interesting. So in taking the quiz, did you feel like, your answers were fairly straightforward and your result was kind of what you thought it would be?
Two things. One, I do not always thoroughly read, so I just took the quiz without even seeing what it was. So I had no expectations because I was like, words, where's the link, blah, blah, blah. But two, I think there was only two questions that I kind of vacillated a little, like, well, it could be this, it could be this. And I decided to just go with how I was feeling at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on. Actually, because, you've taken 1,000 quizzes on Facebook quizzes and like 3 questions in where they're leading you
what
and how you can screw it. Yeah, like you can just totally skew it. So it was good. I liked the questions. She even says in her brief follow-up on it or before that, like she took a lot of time to try and find extra weird out of the box questions so you don't really know where you're going. So mine's pretty spot on. So I already told you what mine was, but I want to guess what you are. So for our listeners, this is about
inner. You didn't tell everyone else what you are.
No. Wait, I want to guess you first.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Inner and outer expectations, how you relate to them. So the upholder meets them. The obliger meets outer, resists inner. So let me start again. Upholder meets outer, meets inner. Obliger meets outer, resists inner. The rebels everything because that's what they do. And the questioner resists outer, meets inner. No one knows. Well, not no one, but most people don't know. I'm like staring at you right now. We're on Skype.
Other than you and I, it's a secret.
I feel like you would be an obliger. Meets outer, resists inner.
Sold.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
And it's interesting to think about. I'm struggling with the things that I want to do for myself and for my house and for my relationships and my et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I mentioned journaling as part of my potential ADD, ADHD diagnosis, and how that relates to hypothetically, I know that I need to do ABCD. Those would be great things to do, but I don't. And how maybe that step is setting a goal with someone else or on the podcast for all, 5 people that listen regularly. Just kidding. There's more than 5.
There's 12. Okay.
Don't sell yourself short.
47.
Putting stuff out there. And I think actually this would be interesting in the new year to look back at, once we get into the double-digit episodes, looking back at all the stuff that we said we were going to do or said is our favorite or said play, and some accountability because so part of the value of this, I think, is meets outer expectations means if I tell you I'm going to do something, then I guilt trip myself differently than if I tell just myself I'm going to do something, right? So,
totally.
And it's interesting because we're planning on starting Whole30 January 2nd. And part of that is because they talk about, like, tell people, put it out there. Because then you crowdsource your support a bit. And so having knowledge of those deadlines and expectations can be helpful for me. So then it's the next step is how do I leverage that to not be like that my husband needs to parent me for me to get things done, right? How do you still maintain partnership and get what I need as an obliger? And what maybe might he be to then, figure that out.
Yeah, see, so, I adore you. I do. And I know that about you, that you are incredibly reliable. I could always count on you for anything ever, always and always. But I think that you put your needs on the shelf first before attending to what you need, before somebody else needs something from you. So I feel like it's pretty accurate. Now I haven't read the full description of it, but yeah, I think that's a fair accurate of you.
It says, obligers respond readily to outer expectations but struggle to meet inner. They work hard not to let other people down, but they often let themselves down. It is may find it difficult to form a habit because we often undertake habits for our own benefit, and they do things more easily for others than themselves. So the key to forming habits is to create external accountability.
I'll hold you accountable. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. I'll send you daily little motivations in the form of text or Snapchat or Facebook or Twitter or Skype, or I can send you a letter or make you a sticker, or I got you.
So many options. So what did you end up being?
So I was the questioner, which is so spot on. I was teased when I was younger about potentially being a lawyer. I just won't blindly do anything just because someone asks. I need to know why. I need to know that there's a good reason for it. And then I will. Then I'm totally accommodating. But I'm just not programmed to just blindly go and do as told. But when it comes to inner expectations, I'm pretty good because I don't know. I've always kind of held myself to it. But I give myself wiggle room. I'm not overbearing about it. I try and write my little goals on a Post-it or something that I'm going to try to. And if I am 80-20, I'm happy with set expectation. But I do hold myself. Sometimes I'm harder on myself than I am on others, for sure.
I think it's interesting that we sometimes feel the same, and yet, according to this little visual that I'll link to in the show notes, but that I'm looking at, those are kind of across the spectrum.
Yeah, opposites. This is #opposite episode.
Ooh, opposites attract, and in fiction, it's a natural. Sorry. It's possible that my sister's Girl Scout troop did a dance to that song. And
it's amazing. Paula Abdul is amazing.
Maybe gotten weird in recent years, but...
Well, sure. So I was going to read to you.
Read me a story.
So it has, a few sentences, but it says, questioners may exhaust themselves and other people with their relentless questioning, and they sometimes find it hard to act without perfect information.
They'll meet an expectation if they think it makes sense.
Yeah. I need to know why. Why? That's all. Why? Even my mom jokes about the relentless why. What's this? Why? She's like, oh my God, it was exhausting.
I think it's funny because I also ask why, but I ask more from reasoning. Don't just tell me click here, then here, then here, then here. Tell me what that's doing.
Sure.
So that if I forget what click, it's funny. Even it has literally been 10 years since I was a front desk agent. 11345 checks someone in and prints their registration card. But at the time, it's I don't want to just memorize 11345 because what if I push that and it's nope. I want to know what I was trying to do and why I need quote unquote need to do it. So.
And that's your data brain for sure. Needing to know the schematics of the background and how you got there.
Which maybe is what makes me a good Salesforce admin.
Amazing Salesforce person, advocate, doer, clicker.
Look at you.
Berber.
You're my favorite.
Oh, you're my favorite. Now we're back to same. Woo!
It was an opposites attract moment there, but now we're back. Tell me, what is your... I know I'm your favorite, but what's your super favorite?
Oh my gosh. So my super, super, super new fave, which isn't new to other people. There are a lot of do this shit for me, #do it for me services in LA because it's LA. But I'm only kind of recently discovering them because, I don't know, I'm slow to the party, late to the party. So there's Postmates.
All kinds of disposable income to just throw around to do it for me.
100%. But as that leads into, I don't care about your $20 delivery fee. So I found Postmates because every once in a while you're tired. You don't want to go out. It's dark at 3 p.m., but I don't want the pizza or Chinese food or the only few things that deliver. So Postmates will literally bring you almost anything in the area. It's just like a $10 or $20 delivery fee, but that's not even the coolest thing.
Wait, tell me more.
Wait, but there's more. Get 2 Postmates for the price of 1. Everything is so techy. So you place your order, you can track it. I can tip online. I can, it's all done. So just like one and done. I don't even have to sign a slip. They just show up, drop it off. I can rate them. The UI is amazing and it's like a whole new world.
I love, my favorite thing about this topic is that in the notes to remind ourselves what to talk about, you put post freakin mates.
Yes. Bring me food. So I guess there's a service out here I haven't used yet called Pink Dot, which is similar, but will bring you anything, groceries, alcohol. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff, but that's all that really stood out to me.
There's one called Foodie Call here that does delivery from places that don't typically do delivery. I once had an Uber from a driver that also does Postmates, Foodie Call, Uber Lyft,
Eats,
So yeah, we were talking about that, but so it's funny, you're talking about the UI. My super fave right now is an app called WTFORECAST. So it's WTFORECAST. And it's my favorite because you can change the level of profanity that you want. My friend in Denver has been posting them, and I finally was like, I wonder what my weather's like. Currently, it is 39 degrees in Charlotte, and it says, it feels like hell froze over tonight. Because I have my profanity turned up high, by the way. But
okay. I was like, that's
yeah, but it's pretty punny. You can also turn on a voice, and I just checked the weather for Cancun, and it is 80 degrees. Yeah, buddy. It says...
That's it? Just 80?
No.
Okay.
I will read it to you. We're going to have to put the explicit on this episode, though. The moon fucking hates you, but at least it's warm, right? I'd rather be hated and warm. So...
Oh my God, I'm downloading right now.
It's... And then even... This one says... If you wish on a star, please wish to rename Harry Potter Harry Pothead. I
already downloaded.
Who comes up with this? Okay, so yeah, WTFORECAST. I mean, I'm assuming it's on Android. Maybe, I don't know, but I have an iPhone, and when I remember to check it, it's helpful because I don't know about you, but I still don't really know how to dress for cold very well. Because especially this past weekend in Charlotte, we had a 30 to 40 degree day, and then we had 75 degree day, and I wore shorts to watch football. So weird dichotomy. So I try and check the weather so I know do I need a scarf? Do I need a jacket? I don't know. I'm still not very good at it. But now this is fun. Thing. Instead of just asking Siri, which I do get in an Australian man accent when I ask Siri.
That's what mine is.
Soulmates, I'm telling you. But now
I turned Siri off because she is zero help.
Well,
ever.
That's a whole separate conversation.
Did you mean doorknob? No. I didn't mean doorknob. I never mean doorknob.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. My favorite is, I found these on the web. I can do that. Tell me.
That would be
I can
Google.
Search the web.
Not Hey Siri. That would be Hey Google. Oh, and my phone just heard me say Hey Google. Sorry.
Awesome. So I know we're only doing one super fave, but I'm going to tell you another because I love it.
I have another one. Get it, girl.
So those coconut things you were talking about hating, I was going to talk about kettlebells and how much I love them, but that was literally the end of the conversation. I think kettlebells are amazing. So these are called crispy coconut rolls, and I have a gargantuan bag from my mother-in-law, and they're just these lovely little sweet treats that I think you're supposed to only have a few and not the gallon bag, but I mean, I live my life how I want.
I feel like portion sizes are just a recommendation.
Yeah, I do what I want. I eat till it's gone.
Did she bring them to you because they're not available where you are?
I don't even know. They're from Costco, and I don't have a membership. So we were out in Denver. She's like, I hope you left room in your bag for this. And I was like, I will make room. Yeah.
Well,
I will post them in the show notes.
If you want to, instead of buying a Costco membership, if you want to come visit me, I have a Costco membership. So then you can get them, maybe.
Well, I'll just come visit you because
that'd be fun. You should come to Southeast Dream, and it'll be a great time. March 30th, 31st. Look at that. Hashtag shameless
well done,
plug.
well
we
done.
did that already, though. We can't keep doing shameless plugs all the time. My second super fave, because I'm allowed to have two, is that MVP nominations are open.
Mm-mm.
And I hope that whoever you are that you're listening, you stop and nominate somebody. Because if you're listening to us, like you're pretty in the Salesforce world. Like you didn't just probably discover us on iTunes. And if you did, you probably like stop listening after the first episode. So
Who are these girls?
if you're listening to episode 8 level, like I feel like you're in it, you know? So nominate somebody and then maybe they'll get awarded and it'll be
So
great.
sorry to cut you off there. The cool thing about nominating is it makes you ask why, and it's a little reflective and kind of awesome. And Stuart the other day was like, I kind of get all the feels and emotional. Like these are people that have helped me throughout the year. And I was like, I told him, I said, you just have the biggest flippin' heart on the planet. But it is cool because it's not like you just fill in a name and you're done. And we'll put a link to the nominations in the show notes. But because they're open till the 7th, right, friend?
Ooh, quiz time.
Find that out while I'm continue
Okay.
talking and
On
rambling.
it in my 100
But it's not just the
Chrome.
name. Like you have to say why, and it's very sweet to kind of take a moment, kind of, in the giving spirit of, I think this person deserves to be a most valuable player in the Salesforce ecosystem because of X, Y, and Z. My list goes on, and I'm so happy that we get to nominate multiple. Like if I had to pick one, it would be, I probably wouldn't even participate, but I love that you can just keep nominating and nominating and nominating and give a shout out to the people that have helped you or supported you or made you feel good in a tough time or got you through a formula or a validation rule.
Well, and I think the reason that it's great that it's a crowdsourced thing is because maybe you've had an experience with somebody and maybe that's a developer person on the developer forum that Kristi never goes to, right? So I don't know everyone wonderful. I want to know more wonderful people. So if your slice of Salesforce life includes some wonderful people, this is your chance to let people know. And then there's a great blog post from Heidi Golden, now Firestone, about the process for choosing. So existing MVPs do get to weigh in, and it's awesome to me to see, like, I go stalk people on Twitter. If I don't know you, I'm not providing feedback about you one way or the other because I don't know you. But maybe now I'm going to follow you, and then maybe the next season comes around, and maybe I do know you. So I think it's a great way, too, just to celebrate the community and all the people who have an impact on you, and then maybe they have an impact on 50 people, and those people all nominate them, and so I think it's a great opportunity. I am up for renewal in this cycle, so all the MVPs get to give feedback about me, and
Wait, does that mean I need to nominate you again, or it's just in the MVP channel?
It's just in the MVP. So we have a separate
Okay.
review cycle for renewals versus newbies.
Okay.
And so, thanks though. But yes, so existing MVPs will give feedback because it's not just a one and done, right? It's not a lifetime thing. It's maintaining what got you there or something new. And so, hopefully in the past year, I've been able to make an impact with people, and therefore I get re-awarded. So
I think you will. You give back a lot. You work your little butt off. I love this. I do get a little verklempt. I was like, the community. I'm just telling my mom, I know that we're done, but work has been stressful because it's still new. Not in a bad, stressful way. I'm just trying to find my way. But I said to her, only hours ago, but I have this community. I have this gift squad. I have this DM channel that helped me. I have you. I have the success community. I have a developer friend I used to work with that if I ping him, he's like, what do you need? What can I help you with? And I mean, that support it's amazing. It's amazing to have that and never feel hung out to dry or lost or scared. I mean, I might be a little scared sometimes, but I have you guys, so you help it out a lot.
What's so funny is we are recording in Skype, and I have one of my other main people I talk to in Skype is my old coworker, developer friend. # shout out Michael Mock because he's awesome. And so, like, he's been helping me with this issue I've been having with my community because, yes, I can put it on hashtag AskForce, which is awesome. I can open a case with Salesforce, which I did. But, like, that's awesome to have those resources. And just people that are giving back. It's so great. Clearly, the wine is kicking in because I'm getting all nostalgic and verklempt about MVP life and the wonderful Ohana. And I think that's a great way to end our year.
I totally agree.
Being a little, like, not drunk at all, Mom.
I like verklempt and emotional.
Yeah, just very, like,
grateful.
Hashtag blessed, Like, oh, that sounded so sarcastic. But yeah, like, we're doing all right. Even though I'm not meeting my inner expectations.
You will.
I'm doing all right. People like us. Thank you to everybody who's tweeted about our episodes that we're having. We've got some guests lined up already for 2017 that I'm super excited about.
It's going to be amazing.
And I think we had a great year. I know in some ways 2016 was kind of a dumpster fire. But we started a new thing.
We started a new thing.
And we've
amazing.
Been pretty reliable at our new thing, which doesn't always happen, like KristiForECAST.com, which started and then, but so far, we're almost double digits. We're doing good. And people seem to like us. And so if people have any ideas, any wannabe guests, no guests, people they think we should talk to that are great, not even Salesforce people, we can talk to whoever you want. Then you let us know. I hope everyone is having a lovely holiday season. We're in that weird week when you're listening to this between Christmas and New Year's where, like,
you're not really working.
Do you phone it in? Do you work?
Yeah, 100% you phone it in. 50% of the time.
I'm on vacation. My boss is on vacation. I don't know. So hopefully you can take some time to think about your MVP nominations, your Two WIT guest recommendations, and the presents that you want to send to, I'm just kidding, to Melinda so she's not such a Scrooge. How about that?
It's so true.
Well, that's all I got. I'm out of wine.
Me too.
We're out of time. And
so there's only one left thing to say.
Your turn? My turn?
Stay witty 2016 out.
Peace.